me to explain it, I'll perform some forensics work or syntaxing of this document. It's the Charter, not Constitution. It's the Charter for the Universal Postal Union. Okay. So just have a look at the first three lines of the document, and then I'll start to break it down. First, what I'll do is I'll point out quotation marks and things like that. So if you scan your eyes over these words here, the UPU, the Universal Postal Union, now anything inside a bracket, even in normal grammar terms, is not actually on the document. So if I put quotation marks as well, that means somebody else said it. Okay, if somebody else said it, who said it? So that's actually off the document. So if it's any type of brackets and quotation marks, that's off the paper. How many times have you guys received court papers where they put the name of the court and a few other things in quotation mark, meaning somebody else said it and not them, which means that they're kind of practicing fraudulent conveyance of language. So conveyance is what you do when you buy a house, or even when you buy a car, because you can have a conveyance in that car. So the UPU, it's in your presumption and assumption that this means Universal Postal Union. And if you're going to use abbreviations, you're supposed to use proper abbreviations. For example, where is the period sign there? That's just basic grammar. So just on that first line, your presumption and assumption, it means it's Universal Postal Union. It doesn't mean that. In Bern, Switzerland, okay, you are to presume and assume that the Universal Postal Union exists in Bern, Switzerland. So I'm moving along here, and how many people can find the word EX, which is the prefix on this word, means no? So you guys do a little bit of homework and find out why EX in Latin means no, okay? Then you will start to appreciate how the poison prefixes come into these documents. Now, the word LI, sorry, LY, I beg your pardon, can be used as a past tense, a present tense as well as a future tense. Now, as you know, in basic grammar, you can't mix your tenses. If you do, you wouldn't know which tense you're speaking in. Alright? So let's go to the next sentence here. It's significant to sign something, which means essentially it's a simulation. If any of these things had any real authority, it would be something of an orthographic nature, which means a graph of your autonomy. Organization, well, it's a vowel followed by two consonants, which essentially means there's no organization at all. Now, if you look at the vowel followed by two consonants, as taught to me by the Chief Federal Judge David Wayne Miller and Russell J. Gould, they explain it quite well. Not quite well, pardon, I withdraw that. They explain it very well. Okay? So I move along here, even though there are so many grammatical mistakes here, like the ED, you don't know what tense it's speaking in, whether it's a future or past tense. So look it up in a etymological dictionary or a Latin dictionary, and you quite quickly come to understand these have wrong tenses, which are known as the end words, which are suffixes. Okay. Now I look at here the prefix RE. Now the RE in Latin, because all your words are taken from Latin, this means no, as in recede. Okay. International, as in independent. So IN in Latin means no. Independent, as in non-dependent, which means I'm not dependent on anything. Admiralty, well, that's just a corruption word of admiring something. Okay. So a vowel followed by two consonants is also a toxic word, and it's admiralty, and it's maritime, but it's all in commas. Okay. Another vowel followed by two consonants, and that cancels out the word. So you guys go and have a look at more of these words in the dictionary, and you quickly come to find out 95% of your dictionaries are actually poisoned words. Okay? So I'm not going to syntax any further. But I'll point out a few other things here. What dictionary was this document written from? Was it Black's Law Dictionary? Was it Wood Times? Was it Oxford Dictionary? Is it Which dictionary? Webster's dictionary. If they haven't told you in what dictionary they're writing from, they have already violated contract law. And if they use pronouns like where, and I see a where there, and if they use pronouns like you and who and where, they've already violated, because you don't know what pronouns they're speaking of. Pronouns are nothing more than substitute for names and places. If you substitute them in contract law, you don't know who you or where or who or I actually is. Okay, so just the use of pronouns violates contract law. They have to name the place and the people that are contracted. Okay, so I won't go any further with syntaxing, but just the common sense. I beg your pardon, I withdraw this word common sense because it's not common to you. Now that you've been educated, you can claim it as common sense. So it's common to all the people that are watching this and watch other videos of this nature, especially my mentors. So have a look, ask yourself some discriminating questions. Quickly come to understand this document is all written on your presumption and assumption, because you have the ability to be so congruent. It is your nature to want to comprehend this type of language. Now, the rules that they have followed here, which is the poison of document writing, is that they're writing these documents in poetry. When you write things in poetry, it is your presumption and assumption that gives it volume. As in, as I one lonely as a cloud. Since when is a cloud lonely? Okay, and these are the colorings of the law, giving factual objects humanizations, personifications, to change them into anything but cloud. And that's perfectly fine if it's in poetry. But when they teach you in schools and colleges and universities that you should write your contracts in poetry, well, that means the judiciary or a poisoned judge will be sitting there making as many interpretations as to what that document means as there are 1 billion people reading poetry, and it means one thing to them and it means something else. Poetry